Hi, and welcome to my reaction for the special Ash vs Evil Dead match. It's Brittany Seibold versus John Schnepp, and they're both paired with a cast member from Ash vs Evil Dead, and I believe Bruce Campbell's on the commentator's desk. So all in all, it's going to be an interesting match. I think Whitney could pull this off with a win today. But in saying that, like, John Schnepp does know stuff. Is really cool, isn't that great, but he can put it off depending on what his partner knows. So yeah, let's find out. And I will press play now.
What's going on, guys? Now look, we have a big announcement here. If you've been following us on Twitter, you might know about it, but the Schmoedown is going to be doing a live event. That's right, Collider presents the Schmoedown live event. Mark, when is it?
It is March 15th. Beware the Ides of March no longer, and it's right here in Southern California, North Hollywood to be specific, the El Portal Theater, 8 p.m. March 15th. Christian, back to you.
Well, you can get your tickets where, Mark?
Fullscreenlive.com. Not only do you get your tickets at fullscreenlive.com, there's 3 different ticket tiers you can get. You can do the general admission, or you can pay a little bit more for a VIP level experience.
You can get the general admission, and then you can get the meet and greet ticket, or you can get the VIP ticket. So there's 3 tiers. But what are you going? Which matches are you going to see? Well, here you go. You're going to be getting the Wildberries. That's right. Makuga and Dewberry going up against the Real Rejects. You've got Greg and John. What a fun match that's going to be. Then you have the main event. Little Evil, JTE, part of the team champions, the Patriots, going up against the Outlaw, John Roca. All the matches count. If you can't make it to Los Angeles, yes, you can see it on Collider after it comes out. But you will be getting all these matches come live.
I wish.
Seen a Star Wars Celebration, we had a live match, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a breakdown here. Once again, you go to fullscreenlive.com.
Fullscreenlive.com.
Get the money to do this,
and you
but
will have the general admission,
flights on
$19.99. The
New Zealand
admission will
not
be
cheap.
$45.99. The VIP experience will be $99.99. But with that, you get the whole treatment. You can go up. You sit up front. You have the whole. I mean, you explain all the tiers to you. But if you just want to come, you want to watch the show, like Mark said, general admission, $20. You come out. You watch the Outlaw versus JTE. You watch Little Evil. Excuse me. You watch the Wildberries versus the Real Rejects. It'll be a lot of fun. Come on out on March 15th.
And you get to see us, too. We're going to be hosting the whole damn affair live or in hologram form. Jen Sturger's going to be there conducting pregame and postgame interviews. It's going to be a celebration of all things Schmoedown. You never know, a special guest may pop on stage as well. We're very excited to be bringing you guys the first live Schmoedown here in Southern California at the El Portal Theater, March 15th.
Now go watch the match and other stuff. Maybe movie talk. Maybe, well, you'll see this a lot. We'll see you.
Shambles, I miss doing Collider Nightmares. I hope you're doing okay.
You know, speaking of nightmares, the real nightmare is that some people consider you to be a horror expert. I'll have you know, I am a horror expert.
Well, I'm glad you think you're a horror expert. I've done the show Nightmares. I don't know if you heard about it.
You've done a show, Nightmares. Presumably you know about horror movies. How many of the Howling sequels have you seen?
Probably all of them. Maybe the Marsupials was my favorite.
Well, all right, fine. How many of the Hellraiser sequels have you seen?
Only the good ones.
So the first 2, then?
Yes.
Not the previous...
I watched
the preceding 7.
I watched up to the 4th one. I have a guilty pleasure.
Ah, I see. Well, I see you have a little bit of horror expertise, but I'll have you know that I am an Evil Dead expert.
Well, I want to say something too off the cuff here, but I'm also an Evil Dead expert.
Uh-huh. If you're an Evil Dead expert, you would know the name of the tie-in puppet toy for Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Would you be talking about Ashy Slashy?
Well, I would.
Well, how about Evil Dead, the second film? What was the subtitle?
Dead by Dawn.
All right.
Well, you guys seem very knowledgeable of Evil Dead lore, history, but you need a little help. I'm here to help. I'm going to team you guys with some real experts from Ash versus Evil Dead. And if you
Gotta
know
love
about Evil
Bruce
Dead, you'll
Campbell.
know what that is. That's a show, soon to be in its 3rd season. Ash versus Evil Dead.
Awesome.
Only
Debuting
on
soon, I
Stars,
hear.
$2.25.
Nice.
You got to download the Stars app, though. Okay.
Okay.
But guys, I'm going to pair you with 2 people from our show, Ray Santiago, Dana DiLorenzo, right now.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Alongside Schmoedown legend Mark Yodi Riley, I am Mark Ellis. It is Bruce Campbell's world. We just own property in it, Riley.
That's right, Mr. Ellis. I haven't
Well,
been
of course
this
you said Bruce
excited
Campbell's gonna be on the
since
news.
I
Cool.
last snuck into Evil Dead 2 when I was just 10 years old.
I was not that old when that movie came out, but we are here to celebrate all things Ash versus Evil Dead in this very special episode of the movie Trivia Schmoedown Celebrity Edition. Now, this all started when John Schnepp and Whitney Seibold were going at it, trying to figure out who the best horror fan of them was, and who emerges from that famous Schmoedown curtain, none other than Ash himself, Mr. B. Campbell.
Oh, that was exciting. I love the 2 people posturing who's the better horror movie lover when I'm sitting right here at the desk, of course. But Bruce Campbell coming in, I haven't been this excited. I think ever.
It was nice of him to make a cameo in the studio, and then lo and behold, he takes it up a notch as he's
Yeah.
known to do, and he challenges them, and he says, we got to settle this in the
Yeah.
Schmoedown ring, but not just John Schnepp versus Whitney Seibold. Oh, no. This is going to be John Schnepp, Whitney Seibold. We're also going to have competing here today from Ash versus Evil Dead. Dana DiLorenzo and Ray Santiago are joining us live in studio. That's going to be exciting, too. So
great.
you have this matchup now, and it's going to be a team match. It's going to be the team rules, Mark Riley. How do you see this match playing out?
Well, that's going to be a good question. Both Schnepp and Seibold are horror lovers. How do Ray and Dana match up with their own horror skills?
Is it gonna be
That's
all
gonna
horror
the question.
questions?
But since they are a part of the
It
Ash
is.
vs. Evil Dead universe, I'm going to give them a lot
Sounds
of
pretty
credit
good.
here to say they know their stuff.
Well, it's not our job to have questions, only answers, and I can answer this one right now very easily. So February 25th is when Season 3 of Ash vs.
yeah.
Evil Dead drops on Stars. Make sure you check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, here to help us introduce and commentate on
Podcast.
this very special celebrity match is none other than the star of Ash vs. Evil Dead, Ash himself, the legendary Mr. Bruce Campbell!
That'll be a good match.
Here comes Mr. Campbell with the Schmoedown belt, no less. Rocking the Schmoedown belt. Bruce Campbell seems like he's no stranger to this format. Bruce Campbell, so excited to have you here in studio announcing this great match with us. Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3. Did you think you'd get this far, sir?
No. Well, we're glad you did get this far.
Hard answer.
I know.
This whole thing started, and it's on Stars, and you can catch it, like I said, February 25th is Season 3. What is it about this show that keeps you coming back to this character after all these years?
No.
Good.
Short, but to the point.
Ash is you. And you.
Yeah.
And you. And you. He's the average man, the average guy out there. He's got to save the world. So we are hoping that will engender a certain amount of sympathy. And to play the guy who's not from another planet, who doesn't put on spandex, he's just a regular guy. I like that as a hero. Because if Ash pulls it off, he's a real freaking hero. He doesn't have that jetpack to help him out. Well, I'll just program my spaceship. Boop, 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 boop. Take me home, Chewie. There's none of that. There's no use the Force, Ash. There's like good luck, Ash. So we're gonna find out Ash's limitations this season,
Ash's
which are many. But
limitations
we're
this
gonna
season.
find out that he might not make it.
Ash might not make it.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
He's mortal.
He's mortal.
Yeah.
But he's got a boomstick and he's got a chainsaw.
Doesn't make him a superhero.
That's very
No, it does. I mean, that's the thing about this show is that you do feel like you're a regular guy. And obviously, I don't think that I would enter into any of these circumstances that you guys seem to tackle on the show.
Ash
but
didn't want to.
Ash was very reluctant, but that's the thing. It's that you seem to embrace this so well as Bruce Campbell. I mean, you're here in studio with us today. You seem to love talking about this show much more so than Ash does relishing his missions that he has to go on.
I'm in a lot of debt, and if this show doesn't get picked up, I'm going to actually be competing for real.
That's why you got the belt. That's probably going to be seen at a pawn shop later on this afternoon, Mark Riley.
Well, you know, it is what got me into the film business, this ridiculous series called Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been very fun to go back 25 years later when I have some actual experience and apply it to that character. You know, everyone's like, oh, you're the Evil Dead guy. And I'm like, God. It's like when you didn't know anything. I was 21. What did we know about anything? Now I can go back and be like George Lucas. I can fix him.
Well,
George. Two can play that game, pal.
working out better for you than it did for Jorge.
Do you guys
but-
realize that George Lucas could actually be watching this? Because you guys think he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Right.
What does he do? That's the question. What does he do all day?
Watch
What do
his
you
YouTube.
bet right now? And he just leapt off his expensive couch and went, "That Campbell, I'll crush him." A guy swears he saw Marlon Brando on the subway in a giant poncho eating peanut brittle in a rainstorm with peanut brittle falling all over his gigantic belly, and they locked eyes on the
Bruce
subway.
Campbell's
Brando
really
gave him a look like,
something.
Don't out Brando.
Don't
He's still walking around.
say anything.
It's like Brando lives in an apartment still.
No, but this is when he was still alive.
Oh, God, I thought this was like last week. Somebody's claiming
Oh,
they saw
damn.
Brando on a subway, and I'm like, well, that's interesting.
There are guys who claim to be Brando on subways now, but no, that was actually when Brando was around.
So we have two of your co-stars here in studio with us today. What can you tell us about the talents of Dana and Ray and everything that they've been able to bring to Ash versus Evil
Their
Dead?
talents have improved.
Under your tutelage.
Well, you said it, not me.
Yeah, I did.
They're both fairly new to the business. They both have great credits, but they were both very inexperienced and foolish when they first joined the show. I lent them both money to buy. Ray bought a Gremlin, and I think Dana bought a Chevy Vega.
Okay.
I said I'm only springing about $3,000 per car.
Why
Generous but fair.
Fair is the word.
Yeah, fair.
Generous comes later.
You said Gremlin, and I assumed you were talking about Mogwai from the movie.
That's
I
where
didn't.
I was
no.
going with
I
it, too.
didn't know the
but-
card
No.
just hit me.
Yeah.
No, it's just one of the crappiest cars ever. Is the old AMC Gremlin. There was the Pacer, the Gremlin,
The Pinto.
So I bought that Explode.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful with those. You can't be giving those away. So yeah, I helped them out. I'm glad that they have decided to pay me back because it was a loan.
It was a loan from the very generous Bruce
You
Campbell.
don't,
I got
you don't learn if you're given things. I help them help themselves to help me back.
Teach a man to fish.
And the man's going to give me a big freaking tuna.
I think that is the quote.
That is the saying, if
I
I
wanna
do remember
fish,
correctly.
Those
you
actors, I say,
gotta give me
"Where's
big,
my badass
big
tuna?"
freaking
Ladies
tuna.
and gentlemen, we got some fat ass tuna for you guys right here because we're about to get ready for the movie trivia Schmoedown Celebrity Edition. And not only is Bruce Campbell and Mark Riley guest celebrity commentating with me here today, but here to do the announcements for the movie trivia Schmoedown is none other. I don't know how we got him, but he's available. Mr. Bruce Campbell.
Hey!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, representing the Evil Dead, making their Schmoedown team debut, it's Dana, the Deli Deadite Slicin' DiLorenzo, and Whitney, the Beauty Cyborg. They represent the Deadite.
All right, here they come. Look at that.
Whitney and Dana.
Oh, Ashley Slashy's here.
Ashley Slashy's in tow.
Oh, my God.
And their opponents,
Wonder if that's how to
representing
repeat it.
Ash, Ray, El Brujo
Yeah, just-
Especiale, Santiago, and Big John Schnepp, the Boomstick.
All right, now we got our good guys coming on in.
The Boomstick.
He's got the chainsaw. Schnepp's bringing whatever the hell that is. Hope that gives him some good knowledge on the Schmoedown.
Is that from the show, Bruce? What is Steph holding right
No,
there?
that is the clown from Poltergeist. We're not a shared universe yet, Poltergeist and Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Actually, I'm not sure why that's here.
I don't
I think she's kind of hot myself.
It's
There's
not,
Ashley
it's not really
Slashy.
appropriate for this game,
That
but
wasn't
that's
me,
fine.
dude.
Ashy Slashy, I know. Yeah, I said it was Ashy Slashy.
Ashley
And he's there.
Slashy. Dane and Ray, it is so nice to have you guys joining us here for the celebrity match. How do you guys feel about your horror movie trivia skills? Are you excited going into this matchup? Are you a little nervous?
Huh?
Estoy listo.
Oh, he's
Hey
ready.
Hey guys, I'm ready is what he said.
Understand it. That's good.
You know
I'm
what? I
ready.
am terrible at trivia. I get test anxiety. I do know horror, but you know what I'm really good at? Talking smack, mother. So that's what I'm looking most forward to is the smack talk
And
today.
Talk is very
Especially
cheap.
So let's move on.
Hey, Sean Schnepp wants to move the action right to the matchup, and we are happy to oblige. Competitors, in round 1, you will hear 8 questions. You are allowed to confer with your teammate after each question is asked. Once you think you know the answer, please write down your best guess on the whiteboard provided to you. If you want to write it down, your teammate wants to write it down, your puppet wants to write it down. Whoever writes it down is fine. When we ask you to reveal the answer, please show it to the cameras. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. Each question in round 1 is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question.
By the way, you're speaking to actors. So you might have to dumb this down a little bit.
I'm
1
sorry,
point.
aren't you the star actor of Ash vs.
I'm the dumbest of all.
Well, if you're the dumbest of all, Bruce, we may have made a mistake here because we actually have you administering the questions for round 1.
That's
so
right, Bruce. Are you
He
up
does
for
know
it?
how to read.
Without further ado, I printed this out in extra big bold type just for you, sir.
Do as I say, not as I
Okay,
do.
and don't, by the way, make sure he doesn't cheat on the questions, because I have a feeling he might try and change something. Look at his little smile. Look
Duly
at his,
noted.
I know,
Duly
I've
noted.
worked with
I'm
him
over
3
his,
years.
Dana, I'm over his shoulder. I'll make sure it's on the level.
Okay.
Round 1. 80s horror. What is the name of the main villain in the Hellraiser franchise?
Oh, Hellraiser franchise.
Talk. Tick.
Exactly.
Talk.
We get
That's
15
enough.
seconds.
They don't need that much.
No.
The reason is they either know it or they don't.
Exactly.
What's the answer? Who's got the right answer?
Flip it!
Flip it!
Flip it.
All right, we're flipping it. We're going for it.
I
Bruce
need
has
to-
called it.
AKA the lead Cenobite in the first film.
That
That
is
is
correct.
correct.
Snap, you guys had Pinhead as well.
Pinhead.
1
We had-
point.
All right, one
did have
to
the action.
one. We're off and running. Now we're going into question 2. Bruce, have at
Okay,
it.
they're going
Question
to
2. Horror /
old school
sci-fi is the
team.
category.
Yes.
What is Sigourney Weaver's character's name in the Alien franchise? Don't shout it out
Oh,
now,
yeah,
dear,
everybody.
now. Tick tock, tick tock.
We got it.
All right.
We're going to go
All right.
to the boomsticks first. Who had the right answer? John Schnepp, you are a part of the boomsticks and you're holding the whiteboard.
Flip it.
That is correct.
Correct. We got Ripley.
It
All
is
right.
Point.
Ging, 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 ging.
And
They had
okay.
both names.
Ellen Ripley, full name. All right.
Still only good for 1 point, but it is a tie at 2.
I definitely came up with it.
Cool. Question number 3. Category Bruce Campbell films. If you don't get this right, I'll personally punch you in the face. Which famous person did Bruce portray in the film Bubba
I know it already.
Hotel?
I know.
Please write your answers down.
Dana's
now.
on it. She knows it. She's got the whiteboard.
It was not Marlon Brando. Is that
All
correct?
right. What would the answers be?
And we'll go to the
Elvis.
Deadites first.
Elvis, baby.
Knocked it out of the park.
Elvis.
Team Boomstick.
Thank you very much.
They copy.
They got
They
it.
copy.
3
Okay, we're
points.
By the way,
still
they
tied at
did.
3 to 3.
It's a perfect game thus far.
Question number 4. Category 90s horror. Name one of the 4 leads from 1997's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I can name the 2.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I can name.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Hey, those are the answers.
Oh,
Okay.
son of a bitch.
Well, there we go. And
You really nailed
now
that.
we could be playing on the honor. On the
Screwed
honor
it.
system.
You know what?
That's what-
Here's how the game works. Is that sometimes one of our announcers is just so courteous that they're going to extend a free point because he loves each one of these teams. However, here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to give you guys each a point for that, but I'm also going to say he only read off 2 names. Can either team name, and go ahead and write it down on your whiteboard, can either team name one of the male stars?
Yes.
One of the 2 male stars.
Yes.
I was right.
And just to remind him, Bruce, I know you can.
And that's what you get for giving us smack, boss.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we'll go to the Deadites first.
Freddie Prinze.
That is
Oh,
correct.
that's correct.
They got it.
Sa!
If I had a nickel for every time I gave away an answer on the show, Bruce, you are now in the great company of Mark Ellis. And now that is 5 points apiece because you guys each got the bonus point as well. So it is
Thank
5
you.
to 5.
Yeah.
And we go on to our next category.
Question number 5. Category, thrillers. Which Alfred Hitchcock thriller is about a beach community suddenly besieged by killer animals? I won't read the answer.
It's a smart move there,
Yeah.
keeping that answer hidden.
I thought we handled that recovery tremendously.
Quite recovery.
You got a bonus
We worked
point.
it into our routine.
We should do this more often.
We should fail more often.
I like failing with you.
And we go to
Bruce
5.
What's the answer?
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the
The
boomsticks.
birds.
Los pájaros!
It
All
is
right,
the birds.
They get a point. Deadites.
The bird.
Aviones.
And we're back to being tied again, 6 to 6. Deadites and boomsticks. Keeping it close.
The
When are we-
tension is unbelievable,
Wait,
George.
can
When are we going to start
Can you
playing
read the
the
next
game?
one,
Oh.
boss? Can you read the next one in the voice of every voice you've ever done?
Thanks,
Fan.
boss. Read it in the voice I like. The special voice I like.
Or the fans that, or the stars voice.
Can I just say something?
Please.
As actors, we have a lot of spare time on set. They
for yourself.
think that things that they say are funny. I usually retort in some dispiriting way, and it usually stops the conversation. But anything that I were to say now to repeat the frivolity of the set, you'd sit here and go, that wasn't very funny.
I just
It
okay.
was
Never.
the moment
I just
under
wanted
duress.
that voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think
They
we
didn't know what voice it
probably give
Wow.
you sympathy last regardless if you wanted to
By
attempt
the
a
way,
voice.
guys,
Yeah.
he did say frivolity, so he actually is not stupid.
Question number 6.
Here comes the voice.
The Evil Dead franchise. Gary Granite is his name. The Evil Dead franchise, what is Ash's last name? And the Evil Dead
Are you serious?
franchise.
That's the question. Yeah, we're throwing it out there.
Riley, would you have gotten this answer?
Extra
would.
$5 for the middle initial.
Ooh.
That's $5 from your pocket,
That's correct.
not from our
Do we
budget.
know- What if do we know the full middle name?
Yes.
5, 4, 3,
I already wrote it
2.
down, but I'm ready.
For an extra $5, it does appear Dana has a beat on it. We'll go to the Deadites first. Your answer is?
Ashley J for Jackass Williams.
Is that true
Hey.
for $5?
The J is correct. The jackass she can show.
I didn't know. I just put
That
fish.
is good for a point and possibly $5 from Bruce Campbell's own personal stash. And now we go to the boomsticks. Ashley Williams.
Now they
as
got
well.
it there.
All right, so here is the slate we have so far. We have 2 more questions in round 1. Each team currently has 7 points. If you guys get the next 2 questions right, there's a bonus question that we will ask because you got a perfect score. So without further ado, Mr. Williams.
Question number 7, the category is action horror. Who plays Van Helsing in the 2004 action horror fantasy film Van Helsing?
I don't think I've ever seen that band.
It's a good movie.
Is it?
No.
No.
Are you sure?
That's
Not a
really-
good
And it's not just because this actor is the greatest showman on earth.
Hey, I see what you did there.
Whoopsie!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have to put down the pens.
Put down the pens. Snap.
Team Boomstick. Your answer? It's a squiggly line. They did not get a point for this.
Have a blank.
Oh!
Draw a blank.
Whoa.
Okay.
What would you like to know if we
That
got
is
the answer?
shocking.
Guys didn't get that?
They didn't even get the hint that you just lobbed
I know.
over the plate.
I
There,
know.
Bruce.
I'm Hugh Jackman.
Oh,
Yeah, that thing, you
All
just
right, fool,
put
you
it on
better
a
pick the
tee
right
ball.
one. Wait, I remember now.
Can I write it down?
No, you cannot.
Hey! No, you know the
Deadites.
rules.
Deadites.
Jack Hugeman.
Very
There,
close enough.
Hugh Jackman, it is written. Okay, we will take that. All right.
All right, so Hugh Jackman, despite the fact that Bruce did give you, like he said, a hanging fastball right over the plate, could not knock that one out of the park. We have one more question in round 1. Team Deadites, if you guys get this one correct, you alone will receive the bonus question. Sir.
Question number 8, category modern horror. Who plays Patrick Bateman in American Psycho? Who I
Deadites
ask you?
conferring. They are writing on the whiteboard.
I can't even
so
get this one wrong. The answer isn't even there.
There it is. So no
think they're
hanging
learning.
softballs.
Don't give Campbell the answer.
No, we didn't cheat.
All right, 5,
Four.
4.
I said-
They're not
three,
answering.
2. Cards down.
We're gonna go
Oh.
to the Deadites.
Christian Bale.
Ed Norton.
Give them a
Christian Bale
point.
is correct.
And we go to the boomsticks.
I'm Bateman.
Okay. That sounds like a Batman playing American Psycho. That is a great round by the Boomsticks. Unfortunately, it was bested by the Deadites, who got a perfect round.
Perfect round for the bad guys,
in
the
round
Deadites.
one. And now we have your bonus question. This is just to you, so Boomsticks, you guys can take 5. Smoke if you got them. Your question, Team Deadites, is how many films have been released
The 5.
in the Final Destination franchise?
Final Destination. Bruce, have you seen the Final Destination movies?
Well, I set out to see it, but it didn't wind up to be my final destination.
4.
I set that
That's
up
not
for
a
you.
sip, that's a real one.
That's
3, 2, 1.
Always trust a man in a tie.
The man in the tie had 5, and they get
5
the
is
bonus
correct.
point.
They got the bonus.
All right. So it is now 10-8 at the end of round 1. We move on to round 2. And Bruce, I think we're seeing a lot of ability out of both of your co-stars in the show.
Yeah, we're seeing something. A lot of bull is what I'm seeing.
I don't know that.
Competitors. In round 2, here's how it works.
For
Each team gets 1 spin at the wheel.
match
If you don't like the
incorporated
category you
Schmoedown
spun, which I can't
competitors,
imagine it given this very
those
special
questions
customized
very
wheel
easy.
for this match that features a whole lot of a certain famous
Glad I
actor.
missed some
You don't
of
like
the
that you can spin again.
Dude.
Okay.
Whatever category it lands on, each team gets 6
But-
questions, okay? So you'll get 6
Serious.
questions from your category, and then the Boomsticks will get 6 questions from their category. The questions in this round are worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask for multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. I want y'all to keep this in mind. There is stealing available in round 2. So if we ask the Deadites a question and they don't know it, you guys can steal it, but you have to wait until they answer incorrectly. All right, so
Got it.
Deadites, you guys are in the lead. Would you prefer to spin right now, or would you like to let the Boomstick spin first?
All right, we're gonna spin the wheel.
They're going to
Have
spin
that
the wheel.
Dana.
Here
That
we
is
go,
a
ready?
good strategy I've
No
always
whammy,
employed.
no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
There it is.
No whammy. No, there's always time for no whammy.
There is a Bruce Campbell wedge on the wheel.
Oh,
God.
Making
oh,
it stand.
and
You
it's
couldn't-
looking like, oh!
So close.
80s horror movies is your category. Would you like to stick with it or spin again?
Not at all.
Not at all.
We're gonna stick with it.
Oh.
That way, pressure's on you.
Begrudgingly, Dana sticks with it. All right, and we're going to go right to 80s horror movies,
Okay,
which is my favorite.
Mark Riley will be administering the questions for 80s horror, which Whitney probably alive in that decade more so than Dana, thus his confidence in the category.
All right,
Don't blow it.
Deadites, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Ready, Deadites. Okay, your first question. Who played the father, Steve Freeling, in 1982's Poltergeist?
Oh, God. I'm thinking of that.
Bruce
Okay.
knows it.
Bruce is going to play along and actually
I
write
think
down.
Bruce is going to.
Before,
Yo,
after. Before, after.
Yeah. Oh,
Before.
That's not right.
Great part of
Five,
the
We
movie.
don't?
4,
Okay, yeah, we got it.
3,
You got it?
2. You don't have to write this down.
Okay,
you guys
good.
can just answer.
I just was like, yeah. No, you say it.
Craig T. Nelson.
That is correct for 2 points.
Who else had Craig T. Nelson? Mr. Bruce Campbell.
Bruce is playing along, just like everybody at home.
Showing you how good I am here, that's all. Don't
All
like
right,
to
Deadites.
show up my cohorts.
Ready for question 2?
Oh, okay. No, this is all us still.
That's
This
all
is-
you.
I got
Yeah,
it.
we're going through number 2. In 1989's Pet Cemetery, Louis Creed discovers a cemetery that resurrects the dead. What family pet does he bury first to test the
Dog?
theory? You knew this, Ellis, didn't you?
We just need the animal. We don't need the name
Oh, okay.
Okay.
because
It
names
was,
are
it was
hard.
the cat.
That is correct for 2 points.
What was the cat's name, Dana?
Pussy McPusterson.
That's incorrect.
I know,
That's okay.
I know the cat's name. Do you?
What's the cat's name?
It was Church. Thank you. I'm here all
That's
week.
right.
Woo!
Good for all
The answer,
right.
Dana, was church.
Wait, is that for real?
That's for real, yeah.
I thought you just told me I needed to go there. That's
If I were you guys, if this was my game, I'd take a couple points away.
you.
For general insubordination.
So It's a fair point, but we'll move on to question 3. Deadites, are you ready for your question
Yes,
number 3?
we're ready.
In 1988's Child's Play, Charles Ray Lee gets turned into a murderous doll that goes by what name?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is this a trick question?
this is not a trick question.
You are so mad. Chucky. Chucky.
That is correct for 2 points.
Seems like both
Deadites,
teams knew the answer to that.
Which, by the way,
running the
Chucky
table.
Ashy Slashy spinoff. Just saying.
I would love to see that. Please make that happen, Dana. All right, we're moving on to question 4. Who directed Jeff Goldblum in 1986's The Fly?
Okay, yeah, you know. Yeah, no, because I'm contributing.
I'm just scannering my answers here.
And you're
Like-
playing it.
That
Yeah,
I see what
got
you
here.
did there.
So-
Your answer?
This is
David Cronenberg.
that's correct. Another
David Cronenberg.
2 points.
Where
Deadites
were you in college when
are
I had to take all
running
these
the
tests?
table.
All right, and I would like to point out at this point of the match, there's 2 questions left for you guys in round 2. So far, you are throwing a perfect game. Overall, we've never had a perfect game.
Don't jinx it.
On any movie trivia. I'm an announcer. You guys just shouldn't talk about it with each other. 2 questions left, Riley. What's the next one?
All right, your next
God.
question. In 1987's The Lost Boys, Michael becomes a vampire by doing what?
Partying too hard.
I was going to say drugs. I was going to go drugs.
Drugs, kids.
You're
don't
both in the
do
ballpark.
drugs. Meth, not even once.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your answer, Team Deadites.
An album cover. Well, ain't no bum cover for 400.
Album cover. Interesting, but incorrect.
Okay, so now you can steal this. This is a big steal.
Multiple choice.
You can't go to multiple choice if they didn't. So you have to guess out of the blue, unfortunately.
Can you repeat the question?
We certainly can.
In 1987's The Lost Boys, Michael becomes a vampire by doing what?
One of their JTE rules.
It is one of their JT rules that they took.
Okay.
Doing a show for stars.
Need an answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final answer, Boomsticks.
Surfing.
Incorrect as well. I'm sorry, we were looking for
Was it Barding?
drinking blood, as vampires are
Yep.
wont to do.
Yep. And that.
I thought this was Clamato.
What's a Colorado with you?
All right, we didn't run the table there. Sorry, Mr. Ellis probably jinxed you, Dana, as you said.
Yeah, maybe there
Look
was.
at how happy you are about
There
it.
was something to that jinx. Bird.
All right, we are going to the last question
As
in
if
1980s
they said in Harry
horror
Potter,
movies,
How I Met Your Mother,
and it is in The Shining.
don't
What
drink
makes
someone in the
Jack
middle of a
dull
perfect game.
boy?
Yeah. Wait, can I keep it? Where's my typewriter? We ready?
We're ready for you.
Although I want to say, but then you have to do your Jack Nicholson impression. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
That is correct
Wow.
for 2
Or you can
points.
say, oh, work and fucking no play.
There it is.
Makes Jack a fucking dull boy.
That's 3 points right there. And with that, Bruce Campbell has the most points of anybody in this round.
Who
Because-
was playing along with us
Because
right
Christ almighty, Stan, how many fucking takes do you want to do on me chopping through the fucking bathroom door?
That was maybe the best Nicholson. I've seen them all, kids. That might be the best Nicholson impression of the bunch. And I don't know how the Boomsticks are going to follow that, but you guys need to get some points. Now, mathematically, you can end up tying them by the end of this round if you pitch a perfect round 2. In order to do that, we would need Ray to spin that wheel and get a category you want.
And we would most importantly need them to know more.
Math checks out, Bruce.
It does not appear they're going to get the Bruce Campbell
All
category.
right,
this
we
one.
landed on Thriller.
Thriller. You want to spin again, or do you like staying on Thriller?
Boring. Boring category.
They're spinning
again.
again, everybody. They are
That seems
spinning again
unfair.
away from Thriller.
That seems unfair.
Big spin.
Because this is it, right?
And again,
Oh, yeah.
this is it.
This is it. Whatever you land on, you're stuck with.
No.
And you know they want that Bruce
Yes.
Campbell category
Yes,
more
Ray,
than
Ray,
anything.
go for it.
It could.
got it.
Oh, oh, oh! Yes! They land. Oh, this is a strength for John Schnepp. John Carpenter films. That's a good spin.
This is
They
a
really
huge
wanted that.
turn of events because John Schnepp does not celebrate about a lot of things, but when he spins John Carpenter, whether it's the real guy or just a wedge in his honor, he gets excited.
A warning. I was in Escape from L.A., Mother Scratcher.
Oh, I know. You were the
That's you.
surgeon.
So don't try and pull something fancy on me.
Not trying anything.
With
Were you
your
in
little-
Escape from L.A.?
Yeah, he was.
Yes, he was.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, he was.
Oh, hey,
Ellis.
hey, half the Evil Dead guys on our show. We know all about their stuff.
I saw Escape from L.A. like 80 times because I worked at a movie theater that summer.
He was the
How
plastic
else you
surgeon.
not make it
Under
better?
heavy makeup.
Oh, shit, that's awesome.
Just done by the great Rick Baker, that's all.
Just Rick Baker.
Yeah, just Rick Baker.
Rick Baker, a legend of werewolves and Star Wars fame. Okay, we're going to go to John Carpenter is the spin, and your first question of 6 is, what actor was nominated for an Oscar in the movie Starman? And you don't have to write this one down. There's no spelling involved, Schnepper Ray. You can write it down if you want to, but you don't.
Man.
They are writing
You
it
can,
down.
you can literally just confer.
Working on movies are so cool.
We're gonna go with Jeff Bridges.
2 points
2
and a great
points.
impression.
And 2 points for Bruce, who is playing along with us right here. He did write down Jeff Bridges.
Okay, your next question. A Plymouth Fury is a killer car in what movie?
It would be called Christine.
Two more
not even-
points.
Barely 2 seconds past, and Schnepp has nailed it. All
Good.
right.
6. Okay, they are on the comeback trail.
Questions
Your
are
next
matching up with what's being asked.
question is,
Now they are.
what words can often be seen when Nada puts on the glasses in They Live? I'm just writing a lot. Although he does not
Oh.
have to write on the whiteboard.
He doesn't have to,
He
but
prefers to
obey.
answer questions that way.
It's his process.
And we're going to allow him to
That's
do it.
fine. The whiteboard's there. Might as well use it.
They're pitching a perfect game halfway through, or at least a perfect round. 3 more questions, and you could be tied with the Deadites. Your next question is, which Baldwin brother of the famous Baldwin family portrays Tony Montoya in John Carpenter's Vampire?
Easy. Gummo.
Oh.
Gummo Baldwin.
Baldwin?
Yeah, he doesn't work much.
He's
Yeah.
No?
A very.
Is that
He's the
wrong?
black sheep of the family.
weird
I
they
hear.
went with Gummo after all those normal names they had for their other
Wait,
children.
time.
5, 4,
We're gonna go
3,
multiple choice.
2.
Multiple choice.
Either.
Yo, shut up.
Whoa.
It's getting competitive over there.
I like this.
Your
This is
multiple
happening
choice
so-
options are,
All right.
We want him to seal it.
here's your multiple choice
We're
options.
doing multiple choices.
Is
I
it
guess.
A, Alec Baldwin?
No.
Is it B, Daniel Baldwin? Is it C, Billy Baldwin? Or is it D,
Chili Willy
Stephen
Baldwin.
Baldwin?
Can we repeat them, please?
A,
Chili Willy
Alec,
Baldwin.
B, Daniel,
Billy
C,
Baldwin.
Billy,
Choice.
or D, Stephen?
Pretty sure that's the.
Okay, we need an
We're
answer.
gonna go with Billy Baldwin.
They are incorrect for
Incorrect.
the steal.
It is Daniel Baldwin.
1
That is
point.
correct.
That's
1
right.
point.
And a
Big
I
steal.
fell off my chair for that.
That was
massive
a
steal.
huge steal. No longer can they catch him and tie up, and they just pulled ahead.
And
One extra
even
point.
after I eliminated Gummo off the list.
Unbelievable.
Man,
You
Gummo's
ti-
the most popular
practically
Baldwin.
You
gave
asked for
them that
multiple
one.
choice. There are only 4 Baldwins.
I don't know all the Baldwins.
You got to think about strategy. John Schnepp, not a reader of People magazine. Your next question,
Yeah,
Mr.
but he's
Schnepp.
got a point.
No more Baldwin.
Did you go to Baldwin?
This
You got
definitely does not involve a Baldwin. It does involve a member of the Brimley family. Wilford Brimley plays the role of Blair in what John Carpenter fan favorite?
That would be called The Thing.
2 points.
That's correct. 2 points.
Back on the winning side, and they could really use one more correct answer, and luckily we have one more question for them to achieve just that goal. Your last question in round 2 to get within 3 points of the Titans known as the Deadites. Name the actor who portrayed Brain in Escape from New York.
That would be Harry Dean Stanton.
2 points.
Oh,
Wow.
deep cut. Pulls it out. Look at that.
Bam.
And a fun fact, Escape from New York is actually the prequel to the Bruce Campbell classic, Escape from L.A.
That's true.
That is the end of round 2, and we have a barn burner on our hands
Man.
thanks to a great performance by both the Deadites and the Boomstick. It is 21-18.
Unbelievable.
Bruce, this is going into the last round now. Who do you see coming out on top?
Well, at this point, I think what's important is that they understand the necessity of the color commentator. The role of the color commentator is really much more important than the contestant, because you'll be gone next week. I'll still be here.
Oh, we know.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter either of them. If I showed favoritism, I would hear it on the set, and they're already very difficult to work with.
Very fair answer there, Riley.
It's honest and to the point. I like it.
But Bruce Campbell doing two things, dodging my question, also solidifying a permanent spot here
That's
on
pretty
the
damn
announcer
good,
desk.
pretty damn
So
good, isn't it?
well done right there. And what we
So
need
if we get canceled,
is
You're back here.
you come on back
We got
anytime.
a spot
I
for
think
you
should
right
have
here.
him just so we could read more answers as the host asking questions.
Okay.
That's original.
That's
Now,
a good one.
I'd come back for that.
Deadites, because you all are in the lead, you get to select your number first. Here's how round 3 works. It's very simple. Each team is going to give us a series of numbers that range from 1 to 20. It could be 1, 2, 3. It could be 4, 5, 10. It could be 11, 13, 15. Whatever your 3 lucky numbers range from 1 to 20 are. Those numbers all correspond to a category up here at our answer desk. You're going to be answering questions from 3 different categories. Okay? So, Deadites, you can select your numbers first.
How many numbers do we pick?
3 that range from 1 to 20.
We're going to choose 1, 2, and 3.
oh my
Bold
God, that's so
strategy,
original.
Bruce.
That's just right
That's
off
so
the bat
original.
there.
Those are my lucky numbers. I hit them
Awesome.
on roulette all the time.
How
I
did you
tell
come up with that?
I'm not telling you my strategy for my lucky numbers.
Let's see if the Boomsticks
your
can
own.
come up with a higher count. What is the 3 numbers you would like to
18,
select?
19, and 20.
11, 17, and 20.
Okay,
Yeah, all right.
there
They
we
change
go.
it up a bit.
Like the originality there. We are going to go to the Boomsticks first for your first question. Your first question in round 3 is worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points, and the last question is worth 5 points. As soon as
Way
one
too much
team
math.
is mathematically eliminated, the game is over, and we will declare a winner. Deadites are not up yet. Boomsticks, your first category for 2 points. You selected number 11. That is in the category of Mr. Steven Spielberg movies.
Is this written down or verbal?
Just verbal, you guys
Okay.
can get, but you guys don't need to weigh in on this. This is just for the Boomsticks. And your question is, what is the name of Laura Dern's character in Jurassic Park? You
Elfstetler?
just need the first name. You just need the first name. We will accept the last name as well. For 2 points, you have 5 seconds, 4, 3,
Scoring.
2, 1.
Answers.
And we need an answer.
We wrote down doctor because we do not know what it is.
Is a doctor.
Doesn't that would be her first name, technically, doctor.
It's more of a prefix
I'm
than
sorry,
a
her
name,
credits, if you look it up, it's doctor whatever.
But we were looking for Dr. Ellie Sadler.
Yes,
is
Ellie Sattler.
the answer. So,
Can you, as a color commentator, sometimes I comment on the rules of the game. Can you split their rewards? One got doctor, one got the first name.
It was their question and they got it wrong.
Yes, they did.
Fair.
They did indeed get it wrong.
I agree with
Don't have to
Bruce
be a
Campbell on
referee.
this.
No points awarded, unfortunately, Schnapper and Ray.
You're winning fair and square, okay? This is not a cheat.
ladies and gentlemen,
And my
if you're,
chair
if
is
you're
that-
joining us
You're
late, not only do we have
winning
a
'cause your
great
partner's
matchup
feeding you
going
the
on right
answers.
now, Bruce Campbell's color commentary career is in jeopardy. Stay
It is.
tuned. Your next question
If
for
I come back,
the
I want the
Boomsticks.
ability to change the fucking rules.
Okay, you're not the first person to make that statement. You selected number 17 for your 3-point question. That category corresponds to 1970s movies. 1970s movies. For 3 points, your question is, Ned Beatty, Ronnie Cox, Burt Reynolds, and John Boyd all take a ill-fated canoe trip in what movie?
like a pig, baby.
Yep.
We are tied at 21.
That is correct, Schnepp.
We are tied at 21 points, and now the action moves over to the Deadites because we will be asking your 2-point question. For that, we go to the semi-golden throat of Mark Yodi Riley.
There we go. You had the numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Category number 1 is in the category of Tom Cruise films. Tom Cruise.
Come on.
For 2 points, who plays the villainous arms dealer Owen Davian in Mission Impossible 3?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Was it Philip Seymour Hoffman?
That is correct, Bruce.
That was to the Deadites.
That was
Bruce.
to the
Oh, I'm
Deadites.
sorry.
but,
I'm sorry, I was trying to
your
concentrate.
movie trivia knowledge is pretty damn
Right.
good, I will say, though.
The
But
guy is good.
You notice I did make the triangulation. Tom Cruise, Philip Seymour Hoffman. They were in a movie together.
Mm.
They could have been in 2 movies
Do you
together.
want to switch and I'll do your job? You can be the competitor. That'd be fun. Let's do that. I think you really want to play the game.
You get on the winning team.
Get on the winning team, dude.
Unfortunately, we do need to stick with the rules. It's not
Okay,
fair
but
to the
we knew the
fans
answer,
out there.
though.
So I
here's-
say we answer,
here's
ask
what,
another one.
Here's what we'll
Bruce.
do. As the closest
wants
thing,
us
Stop
to
trying to
lose.
change the rules, Dana.
as the closest thing to the commissioner on the desk, I'm going to give you another Tom Cruise question of equal
Game's
challenge.
rigged.
And your question is, name a movie that features both Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz.
Oh, that's the wrong
Oh, here's a big clue.
I know,
He,
Vanilla Sky.
he rides a motorcycle in it.
I said Vanilla Sky.
Yes.
Hey,
2
that's
points.
correct. 2 points.
All right.
Here's the trivia question you really want. What Tom Cruise movie does he not ride a motorcycle in?
Legend.
No, the one with
No, not true. In the bloopers, he does.
in the cocktail movie. What is it?
Cocktail.
Thank you.
The cocktail movie is known as Cocktail. We are now going to go back to the boomsticks, and I want to set the table right now. If you're just joining us on the movie trivia Schmoedown Celebrity, we have come down to the final question for the boomsticks. If they get this right, we keep playing. If they miss it, then Team Deadites, Dana and Whitney, have won to ask. The last question to the boomsticks is none other than Mr. Answer himself, Bruce Campbell.
Mr.
The Partridge Family. Oh, no.
This is in the category
Sorry,
of
that's your playlist.
musical.
Yeah.
That's
what we play after.
Musicals, just that question
that
right
one.
there. And I'll cover up the answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the category is musicals. Who played Fantine in 2012's Les Mis? Who?
Remember, this is
played
the question
Fantine?
for the boomsticks. This is not your question.
Anne Hathaway.
This is not your question.
The
John Schnepp got it.
John Schnepp got it. That's a big
John
get right
Schnepp
there.
got it.
Big 5 points.
So now we go back to the Deadites. You need to get at least your 5-pointer, but before we get to that, we will get to your 3-point question.
I feel like you won 5 rounds ago, but okay.
You selected number 2. Mark Riley will be asking that question for 3 points and a tie.
All right, guys, you ready? Number 2, in the category of classics. What legendary director of such classics as The Maltese Falcon and Key Largo also directed the 1982 adaptation of Annie?
I just saw this movie. Yes, okay, that's
I got it.
John
if they don't.
Huston.
That's correct for 3 points.
Bruce Campbell agrees that it is right.
The Deadites
Just saw
have
them all.
And
tied the game.
Oh my
it
God!
all comes down to this.
Wow.
So once again, you guys get the question right, then you guys win. If you get the question wrong, we move on to overtime. God, I hope they get it right,
I
Bruce.
hope they do.
Bruce, here's your question. That's the one.
Question?
You do not get another question. For 5.
The category. The category is westerns.
Oh, God.
What was the third and final film to be released in Sergio Leone's legendary The Man with No Name spaghetti western trilogy? What was the third and final film in that trilogy? Sergio Leone. Long lingering close-ups of Henry Fonda's blue eyes. What?
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's the good, the bad, and the hey lady!
And your winner! By a score of 31 matchup. They win absolutely nothing other than the love and adoration of their fans.
Enduring respect.
Bruce Campbell, you have our enduring respect. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much, Bruce.
I had all the answers.
He knew the answers.
Actually did have all the answers. Make sure that you guys catch Ash versus Evil Dead Season 3 on Stars, February 25th. One more huge round of applause from the throngs of dozens of people in our studio for Mr. Bruce Campbell, Dana DiLorenzo, and Ray Santiago. We'll see you back here, hopefully again, with Bruce Campbell.
Coming up at 11, horrible car crash.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about the Patreon, you guys have a chance to support the Schmoedown. Now, myself, Mark Ellis, we've taken over the production. Basically,
Well, there was a fun match, and I mean, the score was what I expected. Well, not really, but the questions were what I expected. Then, yeah, I mean, Schnepp missed some really, some questions he should have known. Celebrity's irritating, and there's not really much more I can say that came out of this match. Then, as always, you can subscribe to my channel, Malcolm Smith Media, and I'm on Twitter at Malcor, and I'm on various Take Free Productions stuff as well, so